we go, Legal Graffiti, the April edition of Legal Graffiti, and we have, fortunately, one of our firm's most prized charitable organizations, Gulf Coast Kids House. They adorn not only our van, but the triathlon team's kits. And we have worked with Gulf Coast Kids House for, I don't know, how long?
Gosh, 7, 8
7, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Stacy is their executive director, and she's here like she is every year to talk a little bit about Gulf Coast Kids House, so that maybe some of you in the audience don't know what Gulf Coast Kids House is. So Stacy, tell us a little bit about Gulf Coast Kids House and what we can expect next week or later this week actually, at Legal Graffiti.
Absolutely. So Gulf Coast Kids House is Escambia County's only child advocacy center. So we combine all of the resources and professionals that are needed to intervene, treat, and prosecute child abuse cases in Escambia County. Escambia County rates 4 in Florida as far as the top abuse. We're in 4th out of all the counties, so it is not great. It's definitely an issue here. And so April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and our job during the month of April and all year round is to raise awareness and teach people how to recognize, reduce, and respond to child abuse cases in our area.
And how does the Gulf Coast Kids House get involved in these cases? Because most people, that don't really have no concept. They have no concept of how an organization like Gulf Coast Kids House would be involved. What happens, and what does the Gulf Coast Kids House offer the child that's in this situation?
So the Department of Children and Families and law enforcement will get an initial case of abuse reported to them. At that point, depending on the age of the child and the allegation, the family will be referred to Gulf Coast Kids House. There, they're greeted by a family advocate who kind of shepherds them through the whole abuse intervention journey. The child comes to Kids House. We record the interview with the child so they don't have to repeat their story over and over. We do a medical exam there so that they can learn that their body's okay, and we can also document any injuries. We have 2 full-time prosecutors with the state that work outside of Gulf Coast Kids House, and we have a whole team of therapists that work to help the child, their sibling, and their non-offending caregiver recover.
And it's not a threatening environment. In other words, it's not like taking a kid to a police department where they have to walk past the criminals and the jails and the guns and it's like just a house.
It's just a house. It's brightly colored. I always joke that the stuffed animals outnumber the staff, and one of our biggest challenges is getting kids to go home after they come to the Kids House because it is so child friendly.
That's a good problem to have. Now, what about next this Legal Graffiti that we have coming up? What is going to be the theme, and what are y'all going to bring to the event?
I hear it's a Taylor Swift theme.
Oh,
A little contest going on with Zarzaur right now.
Yeah.
There might be friendship bracelets. There might be homemade T-shirts.
Taylor Swift stuff.
Maybe some Who Said It? Shakespeare, Taylor.
Travis Kelce stuff, maybe too. Maybe a little bit of Kansas City Chiefs stuff for the guys in the crowd. Okay, good. All right. Well, you're coming on 2 months of consecutive canceled Legal Graffiti. I don't know if you know that or not.
I did not know that.
Weather has gotten in the way twice in a row. That's never happened before, and I don't think so.
No,
so
good.
Yeah, even though April showers bring May flowers or something like that, but we are going forward with this one. Rain, sleet, snow, whatever happens, we're moving forward with this one.
Yep, we can make ponchos.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the purpose of me giving you a notice and the purpose of Stacy being here and explaining all this is so that when you get your debit card out, and we ask you politely how much you're going to donate to Gulf Coast Kids House, you start at $20. I know that's a lot to ask, but we're talking about a really worthwhile organization. So, and with $20, you get free swag from the firm. And again, I'm not just talking like a lawyer. We're going to match it the next week, so your 20 gets matched by my 20 the following week, and so we double our money for the Gulf Coast Kids House. So, of course, I'm not expecting everybody to give $20, but give as much as you can. And I just throw that 20 out there because if you can, that's a good starting point, okay?
It's also our 20th anniversary.
Oh, well, that works out perfect.
Yeah, 20 for 20.
She left that out, 20 for 20. Let's start at 20 if you can, okay? It's a really good cause, and I'm sure it's tax deductible. We can get into that later, blah, blah, blah. And we give you swag as just being at the event and donating that money. So we look forward to seeing you. Stacy is going to bring her crew, and we're going to be Taylor Swift out, it sounds like. So we'll see you later on this week.